Hello, I'm Askar Sherleaf and you're watching the news from Kazakhstan. Zhanaozen Municipal Court declared the strike of oil workers illegal. On March 10th, this decision was made during the first hearing on the suit of Kazmunaygas, whose lawyers appealed to the court a day before. The rally at the local bus station organized by the workers of Kazmunaygas subsidiary is continuing for already a week.
Kazmunaygas Exploration and Production Company has filed a lawsuit against the protesters. 21 people are accused of organizing the illegal strike. Currently, the hearing is underway in Zhanaozen City Court. Unfortunately, for some reason, journalists were not allowed in the courtroom. Meanwhile, the strike at the bus station continues as colleagues from other organizations join Ozhenmunaygas workers.
We are here for already 6 days and the leadership doesn't want to fulfill our demands. Our constitutional rights are being violated. We demand good working conditions and salaries.
There are quite a lot of people here. According to various estimates, the number varies from 8 to 10,000 workers. The situation is currently stable, but all city hotels are occupied by police officers and armed forces personnel. The authorities seem to be afraid of the situation getting out of hand.
While the strikers are waiting for the fulfillment of their demands, the financial police is working on another request of the population. Security officials promised to complete the verification of documents sent by Mukhtar Ablazov by April 2nd. The agency spokesman Murat Jumanbay told reporters that on March 8th, the recent information received from Ablazov was included in the materials of the pre-investigation.
Most of these documents refer to the activities of the president's son-in-law, the deputy head of the Samruk-Kazanafan, Timur Kulibayev. The published documents show that the high-ranking official is ready to betray the state and his companions for personal gain. Most recently, Kulibayev was exposed of deceiving the famous steel magnate Lakshmi Mittal. In total, Mukhtar Ablazov has published 5 such letters distributed to the country's law enforcement agencies by the members of the unregistered party Alga. Although Kulibayev was not brought to justice just yet, the financial police did launch the initial investigation.
Mukhtar
Ablazov's claim on the legitimacy of Kazmunaygas and Aktobemunaygas was accepted by us and is currently being examined.
Almaty Administrative Court decided to send the case of Talmas movement leader Aynur Kurmanov for further investigation. More information next.
On February 24th, Pervomay plants workers from East Kazakhstan came to ATF Bank's headquarters and demanded to stop the raiding of the company. Activists of Kazakhstan 2012 movement supported the action of solidarity. According to Aynur Kurmanov, he attended the event as a journalist covering the event. Several people were arrested during the rally and Kurmanov was among them. At a closed trial, the district court's judge Keldibayev identified mistakes in the minutes of the police and returned the case file for further investigation. This is a normal duty of a judge, as he was supposed to complete a pre-trial hearing before the proceedings begin. He found certain errors and made the right and legitimate decision.
New details emerged in the case of a well-known businessman Serik Turjanov. A new witness admitted that the defendant signed documents he knew to be fake. On Wednesday, the former top manager of national company Kazkosmos testified to a court in Astana.
The country's education ministry is also involved in the criminal case over the national company Kazkosmos. Its former top manager Yuriy Anoshenko says the ministry forced the company to sign fake documents, in particular while working on a major project Ishim. On June 14, 2005, Serik Turjanov and the former Vice Minister of Education Azamat Abdymamonov signed the contract for the implementation of 9 projects. Only 6 days later, the project Ishim was declared complete, and its costs amounted to approximately $2 million.
This was the Education Ministry's requirement, which had to report about the complete activities in accordance with the state program. We very much disagreed with this because there were no expenditures. Nobody was going to pocket companies' funds and the money was spent on the project needs.
Yuriy Anoshenko added that more than $2.5 million were spent on the implementation of Saryshagan project, although not all requested equipment was purchased. However, the former top manager does not consider the ex-head of the national company responsible for the failure of projects. Anoshenko also testified during Serik Turjanov's case, who is accused of failing 2 space projects and investing nearly $1 million of state money into the shares of Valut Transit Bank, which later bankrupted. The damage to the state is estimated at $4.5 million. In addition, together with 2 deputy chairmen of the statistics agency, he is charged with embezzlement of funds during the 2009 census campaign.
A surprising turn of events occurred in the case of Ablay Sabdalin. Prosecutors did not want to hold a fingerprinting examination of the package, which supposedly has fingerprints of the former vice minister.
The package for Sabdalin was brought to the Inter-District Specialized Court of Astana. The defendant's attorney Venera Kim asked the judge to commission the examination of the package containing $30,000 for fingerprints. However, the prosecutor is against it. The judge's final decision will be announced on March 11th.
I still insist that this evidence must be examined by the court. Perhaps it will be inspected only after we receive the operation and search materials, as I will submit appropriate motions concerning them later.
Heads of National Bank, Financial Control Agency and Finance Ministry all ignored the financial forum in Almaty. In the absence of the monetary authorities, experts from different financial institutions discussed the development of the post-crisis economy.
A financial forum was opened on Wednesday in Almaty. However, neither the Finance Minister Bolat Zhamishov nor the Financial Control Agency's head Yelena Bakhmutova attended the event. Nevertheless, representatives of financial institutions managed to discuss the post-crisis economy settlement without the presence of newsmakers.
Exchange rate policy is already widely discussed elsewhere, but luckily we have already left behind the narrow tunnel.
The head of the National Bank promised not to change the refinancing rate, keep inflation within limits and strengthen the tenge. Alina Aldanbergen, the deputy chair of the Financial Control Agency, assured that the situation will improve. All the regulators will now compile lists of those responsible for the bankruptcy of financial entities. They will be met with either the introduction of additional liabilities or permanent removal from office. Experts do not share the monetary authorities' optimism. A new possible wave of the crisis could show who learned what from the macroeconomic difficulties. At the same time, Richard Hayesworth predicts that external investment will return to Kazakhstan, although not at the same levels as before.
You lend some money to a neighbor and he's ready to pay back, but then his mother dies and he asks for a postponement.
The main goal of Western investors is to return their money, and this is the main reason of investors' loyalty towards Kazakh banks. Financial analysts believe that the monetary authorities understand the situation but refuse to discuss problems. The absence of officials during the meeting was the best proof of that.